Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and I will be talking about some blankets that I am making. The first one that I'm making is my Jimmy Bean. I'm using the yarn from my subscription box with Jimmy Bean. So I kind of wanted this to be like my final review of Jimmy Bean's subscription, the 3-month subscription that I did. And then I'm going to tuck a couple things at the end. So Jimmy Bean is a 3-month subscription. They send you a package for once every 3 months, and they're approximately, I want to say like $22 to $24, $20 to $25 right in there, I guess. I can put a more detailed amount specific in the description. And for this subscription, for this 3-month project, they mailed you the first time this little tote type bag with some bonbons in them. These a bunch of these little sheepies bonbons. And so each month you got 3 orders of these. The first 2 months were very comparable in size for the number of bonbons. In the 3rd month you just got, I want to say, half, if that. And you were supposed to be making a poof. So you got the bag, this little nylon bag. You got a bunch of these bonbons. I want to say 48 bonbons. And then the free pattern, which came into 3 sections. The increase, the middle part of it, and the decrease. And you made a poof. And then in the last month, if I have it here, I got an extra little treat from them. I think it might be behind me, actually. Nope, I've already stashed it somewhere. And then the last month, the 3rd month, not only did I get the remainder of these little bonbons to complete the pattern, I also got another little zipper bag. I got a yarn gauge, or a gauge to tell you, one side was a ruler and the other had the little holes, I think to tell you your knitting needle size. And then I got a hand lotion and a soaking cream, or some kind of a rinse for yarn. So that is what I got for approximately $60 to $65. 48 bonbons, 2 little bags, a lotion, a soak, and a needle gauge. Which, to be honest, I think I figured it out to be approximately 1,048 yards of yarn. So it really was, I think, the Jimmy Bean Crochet Club was a good value. Now, I did not like the poof. I actually have the pattern to show you a picture. This is what it looks like up close, and then this is a picture of a girl sitting on it, or a child. It's not something I would need or want to have, so I opted out of actually making this pattern. So in general, I think off of this 3 months, I probably would maybe do it again. I almost want to do it again to see what the next 3 months would be, because if it's a whole bunch more of these, then I wouldn't do it again. But if they actually send maybe normal size of skeins and maybe a more wearable pattern, maybe, or a usable pattern, for me the poof is just going to sit around on the floor. You know, maybe I would do it again. I'm going to cancel my Jimmy Bean subscription, and I'm going to try another yarn club and just kind of go over them with you all. And then maybe I might try them. Probably not, though, because I really love my Knit Crate, as y'all know. And so if I was going to do one monthly subscription box, so far I'm completely sold on Knit Crate. A few years ago I did Darn Good Yarn. Didn't love it. I've seen that they've made changes, but I'm not completely tempted to do it again. I don't love it, I don't think, as much as I love my Knit Crate. And then the Jimmy Beans, I liked it. I didn't love it. So now I'm going to show you what I'm making with my Jimmy Beans. They gave you two types of bonbons. One was a stone washed, one was a river washed. The river washed kind of has this like effect where it's one color with like a fuzz of another color. These are tonal, so you can't see it as much. But like, for instance, this one is like a blue with like a pink fuzz. Or maybe it's pink with a blue fuzz. So I have about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16 of these fuzzier looking yarns that I haven't quite figured out what to do with. But the rest of them, the stone washed ones, I used I wrote it down for you guys. It's called a YouTube tutorial, how to crochet a willow square, and then it's easy. And it is easy. I'll put a link in the description, and I have previously put a link in the description to this. But I have made 16 of these squares. Yes, I was looking at this one. So I have these two. I'm going to show you 2 at a time to kind of get them going. And basically what I did in making these squares is, because I'm a little OCD about trying to match my colors, I just put them in a bag. I grabbed some out, and I got lucky. They all look pretty good together. So I have 16 of these completely two-colored, oh, these ones almost match, squares. Then when you make these squares, you have a little bit extra of the both colors. So when I made this, I had a little extra of red and a little extra of yellow. So then I started making multicolored squares because I didn't want to, I don't like using extras. I don't typically have scraps. I try to use everything possible. So then I have 3. So this one has 4 different colors in it. This one I think just has 3. Actually, this one, yep, this one has 3. This one is an interesting one. I crocheted this. This is hilarious to me. I crocheted this in like partial lighting, and as I was running out, I guess I picked up this color because I thought it matched. But if you can see, it in the dark looks like a perfect match. But here in the light, as you can see, this is clearly a different color. But if I had more of this one, I really like this square. There's some white, light yellow, a little green, and some brown, or yellowish brown. So I have 3 of these multicolor, normal looking ones. Then I have 2, as one of my lovely subscribers called, Frankenstein, where I just used every little tiny piece. If I had a bit this much, I tried to crochet with it. Look at the backs. Look at all that weaving and I've got to do. So I have 2 Frankenstein ones. Let's see, where's my bag? Oh, and in here, I started working on, I have another Frankenstein one going. I wanted to get 4 total. And then, this is just going to be enough. I was trying to do 2. I'm going to end up having to do a Frankenstein. So I'll have 4 Frankenstein that I'm going to sew together, and then I'm going to use a back, and I'm going to make a pillow out of these. So I'll have a Frankenstein pillow, and then I'm going to have all of these to make into one blanket. Now, in the description of the How to Crochet Willow tutorial, she has a way that she's going to teach, which I actually have never done before, to join these without having that ridge. Now, a little bit while ago, I want to say approximately 6 to 8 months ago, I made a video where I was joining the triangles to my Adirondack wrap with an invisible seam, because the Adirondack wrap calls for a whip stitch, and I don't always like the look of that. And so I have learned a way where I take a hook, and you have to use one of the hooks, the good old-fashioned aluminum ones, to pull that in and out. Believe it or not, if you want, I can put a link in the description to that, to join these together. But it just basically makes kind of like a single crochet, but without the ridge, because I don't like the ridge. So I'm going to check out the way in the description, like I said, to this gal's tutorial, to see how she joins them. And if I like it, I'm going to use that method. If I don't like it, I'm going to use my method. I'm still kind of up in the air about what I'm going to do, what kind of yarn I'm going to use to join these, because this is a 30-70%, I want to say 30-70 acrylic cotton blend. Yeah, 70% cotton, 30% acrylic. And most of the ones at Hobby Lobby, I think they do have a cotton acrylic blend, but they don't have this like stone washed feel to them. Do you see? This is what the stone washed ones. This is the one left over that I had. I couldn't find one that I liked. So that actually is very close to being done. Just Monday night, I believe, I finished the last of the official two-tone squares, and then I started these two trying to do, you know, one of these type of squares, but ran out, and so I'm going to have to make this into a Frankenstein. And so then that all will be done. So all I have to do yet is join them. I'm still, like I said, I'm debating whether or not I make these into those easy willow squares and mix them with this yarn. You know, they mix them in the poof. I just feel like they look so different that it might look weird. Maybe not. But otherwise, if I don't make the easy willow squares with them, or the willow flower squares, I don't know what else I would do with them. I only have like 12 to 16 of them. There's not a lot that you can do. Not enough to make a scarf or really anything. Just this thing, I have this like desire to make things perfect. And to me, by mixing these, it's not really perfect. I think I might just do it. Because these didn't look too bad. They didn't look too bad together. So this is a WIP. That's where I'm at, friends. I'm in the stage of not knowing if I want to mix the river and the stone. That's what I'm saying. So that's that. But do I recommend Jimmy Bean's? Yes. I recommend the Jimmy Bean Crochet Club. The amount of yards of yarn that I got for the price, and the 2 little bags, and the little accessories, I liked it. I didn't love it, but I recommend it. If you want to join a club, and you don't necessarily want just the one project like Knit Crate, if you like the idea of having a 3-month project, then this is going to be definitely something you like. I'm going to put a link in the description to Carrie Penny. I don't remember her new YouTube channel name, but she's changed it. It's no longer Carrie Penny. It's like Happy Homemaker, or Happy Homemaker Happiness, or something like that. I'll do better, Carrie, to memorize what you are called. She has the Jimmy Bean Knit Club, and I don't believe she's as happy as I am, and I'm not ecstatic. I'm just happy. So she'll talk about her official review on that. So that is my talk about Jimmy Bean. I'm now done with Jimmy Bean for a while. Eventually, I'll show you this finished blanket, and yeah. That's that. Now, I am working on another blanket, and that is in this bag. I am going to be having a new family member, a niece or a nephew, coming into our family. So I am making a new blanket. Now, this blanket pattern I got off of Ravelry. The lady that made this pattern calls it a thermal stitch. Now, I've talked about this pattern way a long time ago, and some of you do not agree that it is a thermal stitch. And I'm going to tell you, you could be right. This might not actually be the original thermal stitch. There might be a variety of them out there, but this is one of the thermals. Now, I have not personally called it a thermal. The lady that wrote the pattern did. But I'll put a link in the description to Ravelry where you can get this free pattern. She designs it as a preemie blanket, so it's like small. I like it to be a longer rectangle because typically these days we don't wrap babies in blankets and we don't cover them in blankets. So I like it because it's a nice solid print and you can lay this on the floor and the baby can play on it. Or maybe you could drape it over one of those big car seats in the winter to keep the cold air off of them. But I like this to be a longer rectangular blanket. So this is the color. Isn't this beautiful? This is called Teal Zeal, and it's Caron Simply Soft. My favorite. And actually the pattern, the lady, I think her name's Judy. I'm not 100% sure. She actually calls for Caron Simply Soft to make this blanket. Now, like I said, I'll put a link in the description to her pattern. She makes it a preemie size. I'm doubling the length. So I think she asked you to change 65, and I doubled that. And so this is the ball band. I think this is actually kind of an old Teal Zeal. Caron Simply Soft Ombre. I really like how it has the blues and the greens. The bedroom for this little baby is going to be decorated in like a water ocean theme. So when they told me that they were going to be decorating the baby's room like that, I thought, you know what? These colors, because I had them stashed up in my stash behind me, this would look great for a water room. Then, let's see here. Whoops. I knocked over my cow. Ugh. I will be using Caron Simply Soft Pagoda. On my Ravelry page, I put down a different color. So I'm going to be using this as my border, this solid. For some reason, I'm going to pause this just a second here. Okay, so I grabbed the wrong one. I am not going to use Pagoda. Well, maybe I am. I thought I was going to use Ocean. I guess I'll look at it. These are the two colors. I don't know. Or the three colors. I really could use either. I could use both. So I don't know. I'll think on it. I'll see how the blanket goes. Maybe I'll check back with you guys later. Because I feel like Ocean matches. If you look right there. Ocean and this kind of go together. They're blues. But I definitely think Pagoda doesn't really look that bad. So, they're both Caron Simply Soft. That's a lot of debating. I'm not sure. But anyway, I started this Tuesday. Because I work half days Monday and I don't need a break. I crochet on my break because it de-stresses me. So Monday night I finished my last willow square. Tuesday I started this on my break. And today is actually Wednesday night. So it's going along pretty well. I made one of these before, and I'm going to get up and I'll show you. I was actually going to give it to a friend, and then I never did. Just one moment. Okay. So I want to say over a year ago, I made this. It's the same pattern, same stitch mark. Now this yarn, I'm going to tell you what, just like the Lion Brand Woolies, I think it was called Carnival. This yarn here, I want to hoard it. Whenever I see it, I just want to buy it. This is a Caron Simply Soft also, and I want to say it's Rainbow Bright. Isn't that awesome? I just love this pattern for yarn that has short changes, color changes. When it has a nice longer color change, I feel like you can work it into a pattern a little bit better. But when you have short color changes, when you crochet, of course, each of the stitches end up getting a different color, and I just think it looks unpleasant in my personal opinion. But this thermal stitch, again, I'm not sure what you would call it, I think just looks great. It looks like a party, doesn't it? And then for the border, which I also did a video on, I do like this twisty chain, where I chain and then I skip a few and I just go back and forth. I do one color and then I come along with another color and I twist in and out of it. So that is the border. Now I've never actually given this to anybody. I just love this. So I have a full tutorial on how to make that blanket and this border, and I can put links in the description to that. Yeah, I don't know who I'll give this to. I want to give this to a baby that I get to see, because my brother and sister, they're both having kids, but they don't live in the same town as me. So I never get to see the babies actually with the things I make. So I mean, like, poor me, huh? No. But I'd like to be able to have a baby nearby and, like, see them play with the blanket. I don't know. My sister's really good at taking pictures and sending me on the phone pictures of her kids with my items. Because you know, we crochet for our family members, whether they like it or not sometimes. But yeah, I really highly recommend this. I like this pattern because it's nice and tight, and it kind of makes a nice mat. And I think a lot of times babies get their fingers and toes caught in some of the holiness, you know, the lace work of crochet. So I just think this makes such a beautiful blanket. So anyway, that is my 2 current WIPs. I need to join my willow squares. I need to finish this blanket. And then the last thing, I got very surprised when I came home today. I wasn't expecting any mail. Now, I did order some knit crate. So, I mean, I knew that was coming, but I got the email that it just shipped and there's no way it came today. But when I came home from work, I had some mail. And I was so excited. So, I ripped this one open. And then my kids needed attention, and so I didn't get to look through it. But my dear friend Vesta sent me an unexpected package. I did not expect to get these. So I got a book on Afghans. So they're more pattern books, which I love, because that sweater I made, or that cardigan shrug, that came out of one of the books that Vesta gave me. And I actually, my next project I wanted to make after I finished these 2 blankets was a flower pillow out of one of the books that Vesta gave me. So this is really cute. This is a year of Afghans. Here's a look of all of them. So this is nice. I really enjoy making blankets. And when I first started crocheting, I made a lot. And then I kind of started learning how to read patterns better. And that's when I started making shawls and scarves and hats and mittens. And now I'm making sweaters, right? I've made 2.5. So this pattern book is pretty interesting, pretty exciting. It's called Plus Size Crochet. Fashion that fit and flatter. And that is ideal, right? So this is really going to be a nice, I mean, there's some... I hate to sound rude. My taste is so different. I mean, there's something here. Look at this. You wait till you see this, guys. Woo! Look what she's wearing. That is something. That's a lot of fringe, hey? But if you like fringe, you're going to love that. But I was just flipping by. I thought that was funny. There was something that I saw that was... Well, first, here's a tank top. I really would like to make that. Karen from Happiness Homemade, she's making tank tops. So I could make that, and then... Here's another sweater. Doesn't that look warm and fuzzy? But the one thing that I just saw that I thought, ooh, I'll make that. Maybe because it's blue and it caught my eye. Oh, look at this. They show you how to crochet around a button. I never even thought of doing that. Wow, now this will take up a lot of yarn, folks. Holy cats. If you have a huge amount of the same color yarn, that is a crochet coat. That has got to be a lot of yarn. Holy Toledo. Oh, but look at this. This is cute. That's pretty nice. I could make that. She looks happy in it. It's kind of like a V-stitch alternate. Yeah, I like that. And this would look really good in my Karen Simply Soft Rainbow Bright. So anyway, that's the one. That's the first box. The first little mailer that she sent me. I really want to look through this. Here's this. I'm not kidding you guys. I'm totally making myself a tank top. I don't know about this color choice, but I'm doing it. Thank you, Vesta. That's very exciting. And so now I got to figure out how to open this one. Getting in there. Ooh, ooh. I'll tell you what. Vesta, I'm totally mailing you a thank you present. I'm not kidding. I've got something in mind for you. Wow. Oh, I love this. This is an Afghans workbook. Woo! I think I'll be able to design 50 motifs, 10 projects, one-of-a-kind results. I like that. So look at this, y'all. All these different choices of little granny squares or doodads you can... I wonder if they have the willow square in here. This is nice. And so it shows you... Okay, so what this book does is it shows you the different things that you can make, and then it shows you different patterns on how you can arrange them based on their shapes. Octagons, triangles, hexagons. And then you can put them together. So you choose your colors, you choose the shapes you want, and then you put them together in your own one-of-a-kind blankets. I love it. I love it. And I just said that I was thinking about making more blankets. Well, this is awesome. Yes. Well, very, very nice. And you know what's nice about these type of blankets, friends? Is that even in the summertime, especially, I mean, believe it or not, Wisconsin can get real hot. You just make one of these little squares, you carry them around, and then you're just sitting there, you're crocheting, you're not getting all hot because you're just making a little square. I mean, obviously, eventually you're going to have to join them all together. Well, this is very lovely. Thank you so much, Vesta. There, I'm just double checking that there's no card. They want to be rude. My mom taught me to open the card first, but there's no card. So that is my video, friends. To summarize, I'm going to have a whole bunch of links in the description. I'm going to have a link in the description to the tutorial on how to make these. I'm going to have a link in the description to the video where I do a seamless join. And then also I'm going to have a link in the description to the gal that does this video on how she joins them. I'm also going to put a link in the description to, I want to say, Judy's pattern for this. And then I'll put the link in the description to where I show you all how I made this blanket. And yeah, I think that's all. I think that's all I have. I do need to get my button gear and put a tail on my cow. Somebody said, "Are you going to put a tail?" Completely forgot. So poor Annabelle over there has no tail. So I'm going to put her tail on. See her over there? She's got her udders. And then I'm going to officially enter that into Karen and Debbie's cow. And that ends this month. So we're finishing up our second or third. We're in our third week of March. And so I got to get that in. I can't forget. Otherwise, I'm not going to be in there. Also, I did sign up for Llama Mama Kayla and Christy's Corner booth. Their April de-stash yarn swap. Is that how they called it? Basically, you take some of the yarn in your stash, you package it up, mail it off to your partner. So I did sign up for that. So I will have a video about what I put in my, no, I'll have a video on what I received, and then hopefully the gal I have will make a video. And I'll put a link in the description eventually to what I sent her. That way y'all can go check her out and see what I mailed. That's it, friends. That's all I got for tonight. I guess have a good week. Thanks for liking. Thanks for liking. See what happens when I try to close out a video and I don't have Flynn here. Thanks for liking and subscribing, for sharing my videos. I don't know why I always feel like I need to say that at my videos, all that stuff. But thank you. Thank you, everybody. And until then, happy crafting. Bye.